Grand Rising Kings, Queens. So we're gonna get into Aries compatibility with Sagittarius. Now you already know these are two fillers and seers, aka they feel, which is a feelings, and they see, which is a vision. So you combine that as fire. Of course, that can only be expressed. Now, when you got Aries compatibility with Sagittarius, Aries is basically dealing with seeing and feeling about the reality they're in, and they do this in new ways, new experiences, new circumstances and situations, and they have a new outlook, a new way of doing things on horizon, every fall, every come up. Now, Sagittarius is they're mutable, aka mutable, being able to adapt to their ways of feeling and seeing about the world, and of course, being able to express this and relate this to people, places, and things, no matter what the circumstance situation is. Now, these are two zodiac signs that have a trine, which is a gift. Now, trine is representing a gift, which means it's not like a square where you have to learn to relate to each other. It's not like an opposition where it's a love and hate situation with each other. And it's not like it's well, it can only be a conjunction if this is an Aries compatible with an Aries sign. But if this is a trine that we're talking about. And when we're talking about a trine, that means y'all have a gift. So that means whatever y'all into, that means y'all into the same shit. Y'all into race wars. If one person is into race wars, the other person gonna be into race wars. If one person is into sports, the other person will be into sports, but they may have their outlook on different about that. Now, the zodiac sign that would mainly be into sports would be Jupiter. That would be the main zodiac sign. Aries not really into sports. It depends if they have a lot of Jupiter in their chart. For me, because you know Aries, they don't like to stay in one spot. They like to keep moving on and shit. And Sagittarius gonna do the same shit too. For me, they're gonna have a outlook and an aspect on how they see things. Of course, Aries gonna feel the need to basically go through all the shit, and Jupiter is gonna be able to utilize abundance and expand shit as far as expand that sport before they move on. They're not fixated; they're just basically mutable. They try to find many ways to construct and conduct things. Aries, they would just get into something and just try something else, try something new that same day. For me, no matter what the circumstance situation is. So when you got when you have these two modalities, these are different modalities. Mutable is like being able to adapt to feeling and seeing. Now, cardinal air, aka cardinal fire, aka Aries, they don't really adapt in no way, shape, or form for me. And of course, Sagittarius is more like a logical perspective, logical zodiac sign, aka they can blend the two together because you got mutable. That means you can adapt to your ways of feeling and seeing and conversating and interacting with other people. Versus the Aries is cardinal fire, aka I just create my fire here and I gotta keep moving. I gotta keep sailing. I can't stay here in one spot. I can't communicate. I don't know how to communicate. And Yahweh, I'm just all fire. Like I just burn through that shit. Boom. I say one thing and that's that. We could keep conversations, but I'd rather us basically be moving and penetrating our way there. So yeah, this is two zodiac signs that can work for me. Now, when it comes to the sex, Aries and Sagittarius, the sex is great. The sex is wonderful. Feel me? Aries would be very serious about sex positions and sex dedication and sex motivation, and they will take that shit serious. Now, Sagittarius will look at it like a joke, aka they may smile a lot, they may laugh a lot, like, "Oh, you too serious." Yeah, you hitting that cookie hard type shit. That's if the female is a Sagittarius or some shit like that. The female will basically make a joke as far as how things ease up. But now when it comes to Aries and Sagittarius, when the Aries get too frustrated and too annoyed about something or utilize too much impulsiveness, Sagittarius will look at the Aries and be like, okay, you don't have to look at things in that perspective. You don't have to get mad in that perspective. Just find another way, another solution. See, the Sagittarius can like pretty much calm down the um the Aries because these are two zodiac signs that can like know each other, that can even the score, and they can basically correlate and respond and connect with each other and shit. For me, versus okay, this person I don't know, this person is alienated. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all basically the same element, same fire. So communicating and conversation wouldn't really be hard to contain. Y'all two can work together. Y'all can get a whole lot done as far as teamwork, make the dream work. And of course, when it comes to trust issues, you know, the Aries can trust um, Sagittarius. Sagittarius can trust the Aries. As long as y'all be very honest about what's going on as far as how y'all conduct y'all business and how y'all relate with each other. As long as y'all being honest, everything will be calm, cool, and collective, feel me? Also, when it comes to the things that y'all value, feel me? Y'all value y'all freedom, y'all value y'all space. So that's another thing, feel me? When it comes to Sagittarius, they don't like to be harmed down. They like to expand and grow. For me, expansion now. If somebody is fucking with their expansion and trying to contract them, it's gonna be an issue. It's gonna be a problem. And Sagittarius is gonna feel the need to basically get out of that circumstance situation. Versus the Aries want to be in control. Aries want all the control. Aries want to do everything first. Aries want to be the first to be in charge. Aries want to be the first to take this, take that perspective. Sagittarius is gonna be looking like nah. For me, I'm mutable fire, which means okay, we can chill, we can hang out. But if I'm going this way, you can go that way. Feel me? I kind of like need my space. I want to be able to. I'm mutable for a reason, which means I need to adapt and feel and see about the reality. I can't just be cardinal, burn head, and not discover the other bricks, the other rocks, the other trails and shit. Aries will look at the Sagittarius like, yo, what you mean? What you mean? Like, we do this together, we have fun together, we correspond like this together. What's the problem? What's the issue? Sagittarius be like, ain't no issue. I just need my space. Feel me? And of course, it can play out to the Sagittarius. Maybe wanting to try this and try that, try that. Aries may not be wanting to try that at a certain time too. So that'll be a circumstance situation where y'all may bump heads. Feel me? But yeah, other than that, everything will still be corresponded. So y'all two are very adventurous. So y'all like to travel, y'all like to get around, y'all like to stay in one spot for too long. For me, also, y'all can also take risks too. For me, y'all both can take big, huge risks, which is cool. For me, but y'all like to take bigger risks. Y'all don't like really dealing with some mundane shit. For me, y'all like to expand and grow up there and get out there and basically strive for greatness, strive for passion, strive for motivation and things of that nature. So it's gonna be very hard trying to like blend y'all emotions with people outside your relationship. So this is something that people, places, and things gonna have to get coped to, especially if they're gonna be around y'all for a previous amount of time. Now, when it comes to Sagittarius, Saturn falls here, so that means stability and practicality is not really their forte. And of course, but Mars is exalted in Saturn, so that'll be a good perspective where, aka Aries, will be able to help the Aries will be able to help the Sagittarius feel and see things in a cardinal perspective, and not just being too mutable all over the place, and not having a structure where you can basically get things done at one time and then move on. See, Sagittarius like to basically do this, go here, keep spinning around and shit. Sag, Aries like to just get that shit done. Okay, cool, I got that done. Then we can get that done. Okay, cool, then we get that done. Feel me? Versus, but they both fired, so they both gonna adapt. They both gonna be corresponding. And of course, Saturn falls in Mars. So if Saturn falls in Mars, um, that means Aries is not prone to dealing with routine and things of that nature, or getting a job and shit. For me, they like to just be their own boss, do things in their own perspective. So with Saturn falling in Aries, and being that Aries is exalted in Saturn, that means Aries give that push, that passion, that ambitions when it comes to Saturn, versus Saturn just is at sleep, saying, okay, Saturn like, okay, you like to just fuck around and run around like a ring around a rosy. You don't like to just build and construct in one perspective. Feel me? And of course, practicality and stability and forte. It'll be very challenging, but these are two zodiac signs that can work together. Sagittarius can teach Aries to be more mutable and adapt to ways on how to feel it and see it, and then basically express their intuition. See, also Jupiter is exalted in the moon, so that means they like to be mutable when it comes to feeling and seeing, and of course expressing their wisdom and knowledge, and they love and they nurture and they care. Of course, Sagittarius, they like to give people help people with shit. Of course, they see somebody down, they're gonna help them. That's like the other side of Pisces, which Pisces is more watery, aka is exalted there too with the water sign. So that's double water. That's going to the extremes. Pisces will pour their heart out to somebody, aka pick up their feelings and emotions, express these things. But that's dealing with the Aries and Sagittarius.